Hello, we're doing Bibitor and their sales for 3 different wines with Morgan and Danny and myself. So here's an introduction. We analyzed data from Bibitor for the years 2018 to 2021 for 3 different products to determine the price sensitivity of them. The 3 products we analyzed were the brand 6649, which is a Chardonnay, brand 10058, which is a Cabernet Sauvignon, and then the last brand 28147, which is a Pinot Grigio. We use this data to predict the quantity sold for each product at different prices for a promotion in Thomas County during the 4 weeks leading up to the Memorial Day holiday. And then our goal with doing this is to maximize revenue during the promotion period. So for the data preparation, we took the sales of 3 different wines and the weather data, both from Thomas County for the years 2018 to 2021. We isolated each brand, the 6649, the 10058, and 21847. And we also combined the data from the sales brand and the weather from the years 2018 to 21. And then we looked at a multitude of variables to help us decide the best model. These included the price of each product every week, minimum and maximum temperatures, which we also used to create a dummy variable hot days, which is weather over 60 degrees, and cold days, which is weather under 60 degrees. Whether or not there's any snowfall or precipitation on a given week. Active days is the number of days that any product is sold in at least one store. Then these are the 3 data sets we had. We had the wine brands and then their dates, quantity, and purchase price. We had the second data set, which was the sales. This had the active days, week FD, weeks of the 3 years, and quantity and purchase price. And lastly, we had the weather from 2018 to 2021 of Thomas County, and that had the precipitation, snow, the max temperature of the day, and the low temperature of the day. And here's Morgan.
So for our first brand, 6649, which is a Chardonnay, the variables that we factored into our model were the price of the product, the 4 weeks leading up to Memorial Day for 2018 to 2021. And then we created lag Q and the data for the weather in Thomas County from 2021. Lag Q shows us what the predicted quantity sold for the current week should be based off of the previous week. And then we leveraged the variables of purchase price, lag Q, active days, multiplied by hot days, and the weeks leading up to Memorial Day to predict quantity. And then that's the model that we typed in R at the bottom. And then, so this is just a graph of like our explanatory variables. So it just kind of shows how the sales were affected by the weather. So if you look from 2018 up until 2020, as the weather got hotter, the sales dropped. And then between like COVID time of like 2020 and 2021, as the weather was increasing, the sales were actually increasing as well. And then this is our model from Tableau. So it's showing our actual quantity sold versus our predicted. This is specifically only for the month of May from 2018 to 2021. So we can kind of use it to predict 2022 Memorial Day. So the brown is our quantity, and then the predicted fit is our purple, and then the red is the upper and lower fit. So as you can see from the bottom graph, we have the wide variance, which has come from our error being so high of 54.2. And then our R squared for it is 0.6435, which is an okay prediction. It doesn't fit it super great, but it's the best that we were able to get. And then, so this is going to show our revenue over the 4 weeks. So we decided to keep the price constant at $8 per unit for the 4 weeks. And then it shows our quantity sold and then our revenue for the week. As you can see, it kind of goes down for the quantity sold. And we think that's just because of the way our model was. It wasn't like the greatest model, but that was the best we were able to get. And we assumed that there were no store closures. So we set the business days to 7. And then the total quantity sold was 322, which is less than 500. So therefore, we do not recommend promotion on this brand.
Thank you, Morgan. So our model for 10058, which is a Cabernet, we focus on the same variables as the previous model. price per product the 4 weeks before Memorial Day from 2018 to 2021. We created RQ, same as the previous one for Thomas County, for the weather from 2018 to 2021. And that's the model down at the bottom that we put into our regression, or not our regression, sorry, our R studio to help us with come up with the numbers that we're about to come up with. Okay, this shows our variable, and as you can see from 2018 to 2020, 2020, you can see as the weather gets hotter, as the weather gets hotter, the sales get lower, and something similar to the previous model from 2020 to 2022, which is the COVID. As the weather gets hotter, sales kind of go up with it. Okay, and here we have a graph that shows month over month, just the month of May for the 4 weeks leading up to Memorial Day. As you see, our R squared is 0.658, which is not very high, but based on the model that we have, it's what fits, and that's what we got. And our mean absolute percentage error is 53.4. We're trying to get that number lower, but based with everything that we did, this is the best we could do. It's not that great, but it's close enough for us to be comfortable with proceeding with this model. And as you can see here, it's our 4-week quantity sold is consistent with our graph. And our graph shows weeks 2 and 3 being a huge spike, and that's what we have over here. And week 4 leading up to Memorial Day was our biggest sale, which is what our graph shows. But week 1 is where there was 4 weeks before Memorial Day, so nothing really happened. And then the spikes really happened between 2 and 3.
Thanks, Danny. So this is our last brand, 28147, which is a Pinot Grigio. The variables we factored into this model is the price of product. Like the other 2 models, we did the 4 weeks before Memorial Day from 2018 to 2021, lag Q and the data weather for Thomas County. Similar to model B, but this model gave us a higher adjusted R square and a lower MAPE. And then the model down here below is what we put into our studio for the regression. Here's the explanatory variables. We have lag Q in green and Q in orange, and then the yellow and blue are the temperatures. And in here you can see that they kind of spike, the weather spike and sales go up. And after 2020 with COVID, weather didn't factor too much. It seemed like the sales were going up. And then this is the model that we put into R, and then we use Tableau to do our graphs. This is our actual versus predicted. On the top here, the Q is brown and the predicted is purple. And then at the bottom, you can see that we have a lower variance with our mean absolute percentage error. Here we got 42. Like I mentioned, the R squared is 0.6874, which is still not too good, but we at least got a lower MAPE. With using actual data from a store, it's kind of hard to get a higher MAPE or a lower MAPE and a higher R squared. So then we took the 4 weeks leading up to Memorial Day. We kept the price per unit at $8. The quantity sold was pretty steady for the 4 weeks. Unfortunately, it's under 500, so we would not recommend that they do the promotion of $1 less from the vendor. And that is all. Thank you.